Good evening and welcome to Coast to Coast, the inaugural presentation of Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus. The Entertainment Plus is basically a program that provides a platform for artists both in Guyana and in the diaspora to be featured, express themselves. We talk to the artists, and wherever possible, we feature their videos. Today's edition of Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus comes to you with the kind compliments of Dinesh Auto Spares at 41 Rod Street between Cummings and Light Streets, next to Davies Variety Store. For all your auto body parts, fenders, no scuds, bumpers, bonnets, doors, complete engines, transmissions for all makes of vehicles. Davies Variety Store at 40 Rod Street, next to Dinesh Auto Spares, wholesale and retail groceries, beverages, confectionaries, disposable plates, and party supplies, sole distributors of the Natura milk powder. And Rohan Auto Spares at 843 Good Hope Mahika, number 65 Village in the Currently, for heavy-duty spares for tractors, combines, loaders, tires, batteries, and more. We urge you to support our sponsors so that we can keep this program on air. My technical coordinator is Nicholas Samaru of 2000 Graphics Studio, and the program director is W.R. Riaz. This evening, as you would have noticed by the flyer that we did, we hope to feature quite a few artists: G.I. Bihari, Ranjiv Ramdeen, Anthony Batson, Nigel Gobin, Cherish Raghunanan, Shiva Lakan, and Dolly Boy out in Canada. Our first guest is the inimitable, very debonair Ranjiv Ramdeen. I really appreciate this guy's promptness and efficiency. Ranjiv joined the live since 5 o'clock, and I told him, hey, bro, it's 6 o'clock again at time. Ranjiv, welcome to the inaugural edition of Entertainment Plus.
Hey, how's it going? It's a pleasure to be here. It's definitely long awaited. I was very anxious, and I really wanted to make sure that I was on time for your program, because I know this is like the relaunch of your program, and I definitely appreciate what you accomplished here and what you're going to be doing moving forward. I fully support it and endorse it. So thank you for having me as one of your first guests. I'm honored and I'm privileged. Thank you.
You know, Ranjiv, one of the hallmarks of success is always to be in time and to respect other people's time.
Oh,
and I truly salute you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
When I first met you in New York, I think it was late July. It was,
yes.
Late July. We were at Harish Sukhdeo's birthday party.
Yeah.
And though I'm putting on a cap, I was really amazed at the simplicity of all you guys that I met who were entertainers there. I met for the first time yourself and Navin Singh and even Harry Sukhdeo and the guys.
Yeah.
And I felt very honored. I was very well loved when I was introduced by Shinaz Hussain, the man from Guyana, for the variety show. I never knew that there were so many people looking at the show across down there. So
definitely.
I'm happy that this evening we could do this program. And I've always been impressed with your songs, your music, but most of all, I've really been impressed with your humility, the way that you conduct yourself, and your simplicity. And I've been around for the longest while, 70 and many years, and I really, truly appreciate, respect, and love young people who got that kind of outlook. And for you, Ranjiv, today you could call me Nazim, but Ranjiv, you've always been Uncle and Uncle Nazim.
Yes,
I'm honored about that, but today you could call me Uncle Nazim or Nazim or whatever, it doesn't matter. Now, first off, let me congratulate you on getting into the CSM 27 finals with a song that has hit the airwaves with a high level of success. I think YouTube alone, I see 155,000 views, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken.
We're just above 100,000, I believe, which is a huge milestone for me and my musical career. It's one of the fastest growing songs I've ever put out to the public, and and I was blown away with the great response, and just the love for the vibe on the track. It was all about a vibe. It was all about fun, laughter, having a good time with the song. And I just put it out there and let the world decide if they like it or not. And
Well, I can tell you
I
that the
would
world
I would I would say 99.999% of the world loved it. And I appreciate every single one,
yeah,
including
but
that 0.001% that probably wouldn't.
they will get to like it. They will get to
They
like it.
will.
And
But I
one of the
appreciate
things,
it. I appreciate it.
yeah, one of the things is that, especially on my variety show, on our other programs, we have a wide radio audience in Guyana,
Mhm.
from Crabble Creek in Berbice to Charity in the Triple Coast, Linden, Bartik, and other places. And then when we're transmitting on Abbey Tunes, we have a global platform and we're in TuneIn as well. So the songs, if you do not see a million views on Facebook, trust
Right.
me, it's been listened by millions of persons and appreciated and liked.
Yeah, well, I definitely don't let I don't let the views discourage me as such. Because I know the product that I have is of a certain standard and quality that I try to stick to at all times. I may sometimes miss that mark just by a hair, but I try my best to always be the best version of who I am as an artist and as a person. I try to let that. I think the genuinity of my music, it's actually who I am. I'm fun. I'm laugh. I'm very down to it. I just love to have fun and laugh and just be good with everybody. So.
The other thing, but I come from a marketing background.
Mhm.
And I was telling Riaz and Roshan and Alan when they were in our Raw program, Bob Marley come from a country where reggae was born,
Right.
and he was not known. But in fact, since back then, his promoters spent £2 million to
Hmm.
promote the image of Bob Marley. And when I saw you, I love Daru t-shirt and things like that, I say, this guy understands how to market a product. Some can argue that if
Right.
your product is good, it needs no marketing. But I
Of
want
course.
to refute that statement, because in this competitive world, if you do not join in to market your product,
Right.
you're going to be left behind. And that is why, once again, I think you've done an excellent job. I saw Riaz wearing the I Love Daru t-shirt and things like that.
He
One of
was
the
one of
things
the
about
first guys I
t-shirts,
had one. Yeah, he was one of the first
one
guys
of the
I got
things
a
about
t-shirt. Yeah.
yeah, one of the things about t-shirts is because they be a little big and think the t-shirts don't look really good and so on, right? So,
Yeah.
so that was by itself a good thing. Now, before we go in and talk about your entrance in CSM 27, I'm intrigued about the video concept and quality. Tell me first, where did you get the inspiration about doing a song?
So really
What were your thoughts?
it's actually a blend of a few things. So I have a team of people that I work with. We are the music movements. You might see the logo right there. You see the logo. This is
Yeah.
our company, Music Movements Incorporated, based here in New York City. We established last year, but it's not just because it's last year. It's a new group of guys. We've been around for quite some time, but we just came together because we realized that we are strong as individuals, but as a team, we're unstoppable. So we came together last year and we said, you know what? Let's come together, let's create this entity, and let's do things under this umbrella of music movements. So my good brother Anil Mr. Dunya, I'm sure you're very familiar with him.
Yeah, classic act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he actually brought this melody to my attention, and he said, you know what, this melody has something about it that's very infectious, and I think you should look at it or listen to it. So I listened to it, and we started coming up with different concepts, and it's always a laugh and a joke, because it's always we try to make writing songs as fun as possible, because that's where you get your most creative, funny side to you, right? So we came up with a hook line that was okay. But we said, you know what? I think we have something here. Let's sleep on it, and we'll continue, as we go along. So we continued revisiting the lyrics and revisiting the lyrics until I don't know about many people out there, but I've heard a few people say that a lot of their inspiration comes when they're in the shower. Well, a lot of my inspiration for this song came while I was, under the water, and I would hum this melody, and I would hear things and hear rhymes and lines that I really liked, and I actually came up with most of the hook in the shower. So the inspiration came underwater, which I heard is a blessing in disguise. And we continued to revisit again the lyrics and write. And we took the production to Maha Productions in Trinidad and Tobago, where he created a demo of the music and sent it back to us so that we can now start layering our lyrics on something that we know. So we'll have an actual vibe of what the song would sound like. Then we went into studio, and believe it or not, the day we went into studio was the day the final song was written. It wasn't written 2 weeks before. It wasn't the whole song wasn't written months before. It was actually written that night in front of the mic, laying down the final vocals, because we started feeling things and hearing things and just getting different inspirations, So really and truly, this song probably took about 6 months altogether to complete. But it was a great experience working with different people. I bounced ideas off of Tony Cuts. I got some great ideas from KI and the band. Mr. Dunya always calling me, yo, I have this, check this, hear this. So there was a conglomerate of people that really just came together with an awesome idea, and the final product was the audio, and then we decided we wanted to shoot a video. The video was shot by NSYNC Productions from Jersey, Nirmal Singh. Big up to him. He's an actual, he's a trained cinematographer, not a videographer, but a cinematographer. There's a big difference. So his vision of what something should look like is different, which I think is his unique aspect. And I appreciate that because it makes our videos look different now. We just went in. I called up Mike from Caribbean Fest here in New York City, Rockaway, the owner, and he said, hey, you're more than welcome to use our space. So big up to him for always allowing us to use his space. And we went in there and was like, okay, so what do we do now? The girl the main female in the picture in the video is actually my wife. And she's never acted or anything like that in her life. And she said she didn't want to do it, but I convinced her somehow to get it done. And what was the unique part about that was that all the emotion shown between me and her in the video was genuine. It wasn't I faking love.
It ought to be genuine.
Right? Otherwise I wouldn't be here right now. But yeah, but that created the genuine aspect of the video, of the fun, of the fighting, maybe the play bickering. It was all genuine, and again, that's what made the video more unique than ever. I
want to make this point.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I'm seeing that is evolving, but the chutney industry is an evolving industry.
Yes.
And one of the things that I'm seeing that is happening now is that you made mention to collaborations just now. More of our young artists or artists that are coming up seem to have a high level spirit of camaraderie. I saw one of your songs with you, Anil and Mr. Dunya and Randy and Reckless.
Yes, the triple threat.
Then you had chats with several other persons and so on. The thing that I've always been saying is that we can only get stronger if we become together.
Of course.
And I really compliment all artists who can appreciate each other. Listen, everybody, all of the artists that are in a competition or do their videos, their songs, they're all winners because it's not an easy thing. You have to be able to be conscious about what you're doing. You have to be committed, and then you move forward. And this is why, for example, I have several other artists coming to the show today. I didn't want to put everybody on a clouded screen.
Right.
But trust me, all the other artists that are on this show and many other artists, they're locked in. They're listening. Yeah. And, this is a nice thing. You have not heard reggae singers or singers of other genres, really backbiting and things like that. But yeah, you got competition. Competition is a different thing, right?
Of course, yeah.
Of the competition or whatever it is, may the best man win. But at the end, you embrace, you hug, you give each other compliments because at the end of the day, you're building an industry that has a brilliant future.
Right.
You had preempted me earlier. I was going to ask you who are some of the actors in the videos. So tell me, I see I got some people dancing there. The ladies know what they're doing. It's attraction.
So the main female in the video was my wife, was my actual wife. And then the supporting ladies there were some of her cousins, as well as a couple of the one of the Bidesi sons was in there as well. His name is Elliot. He was in the video as well. And we had a couple other people, Debbie Sunshine and Asaya, and just a few people. Big up my best friend Keishan. He was in the video as well. He was like the main guy next to me. And then we had some stragglers that was actually in the place at that night who decided just to jump in and have a good time. And trust me, it made it a little more. It made it even more fun because they were having a good time to a brand new song they've never heard. Nobody heard it at the time because at that point I didn't release the song yet. But they were just, that kind of gave me that kind of extra confidence that maybe this song, maybe I have something, because this guy has never heard the song, but he was like, yo, the song's really catchy, you know? So I appreciated just the outside air from somebody who hasn't heard the song yet. But yeah, it was just a fun night. We had a great time doing it. And I wish every video shoot could be that way because it was just really genuine and we all just had a good time, you know? So Nirmal did his thing with the production and the post-production. And our final product, I think we'll get a chance to see it shortly for those who didn't see it. So
yeah, great. Before we go to your video, I just want to acknowledge a couple of people who are locked in right now. Sure. And I encourage all those who are locked in on their live to please share the video, share the go live, tag a friend, tag a neighbor. Thank you for locking in Nira Bihari, Saif Hussain, my cousin, Ravita Rupnarayan in New York, Tanuja Ramdi and Benita Narayan. Michael Nalini Naidu, Renita Isserdat, Pretty Love, my little niece, Pretty Love, Pretty How Do You Do? How's Kelly, Robin Adrian, my sister Zarina Lala in New York, Daniel Singh, Seema Humphrey, Milin C. Prasad, and the names continue. I encourage you to please tag a friend, share the go live, and things like that. Ranjiv, we've spoken about I Love Daru. Let's see I Love Daru.
All right, no problem. I'll bring it up for you right now. Let's see. Let's get this going here.
Whilst we're waiting on that, let me just remind you that this is the inaugural presentation of Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus with the kind compliments of Danish Auto Spares of 41 Rob Street between Cummins and Light Streets, Dabby's Riley Store at 40 Rob Street between Cummins and Light Streets, and Rohan Auto Spares at 843 Good Hope Mahika, number 65. Anytime you're ready, Ranjiv, let's go.
Ranjiv, my heart, a story about my true lover. Girl, you know that I love you, but I love up my daru too. Hey. My girl says she leaving, cause I only drinking. Pack up all she things and she leave and gone. My girl says she leaving, cause I only drinking. Pack up all she things and she leave and gone. I tell she come back home, cause I can't do this alone. It have something that I want, you know that I love you. Hey. But love me daru too. You know that I love you. But love me daru too. I just only do and do. No matter what, I can't please you. How you want me pick and choose when I love up me daru too. Hey, I love me daru. I love me daru. You know I love you, baby. The rum only secondary. But when you're acting crazy, too short does make me happy. No, I can't hide it no more. Oh, I tell you for sure. You want to be with me and start a family. It have something that I want, you know. love me Daru too. You know that I love you, but love me Daru too. I just only do and do, no matter what I can't please you. How you want me pick and choose when I love up me Daru too. Hey, I love me Daru. I love me Daru. Story. It's long time that we've been locked down. I even gave up my crown. Still that to make you happy. So come take a few drinks with me. No, I can't hide it no more. Oh, I telling you for sure. You want to be with me and Santa family. It has something that I want you know. You know that I love you, but love me Daru too. You know that I love you, but love me Daru too. Music movements to the world. My girl says she leaving, cause I only drinking. Pack up all she things and she leave and gone. Until she come back home, cause I can't do this alone. It have something that I want you know. You know that I love you, but love me Daru too. You know that I love you, but love me Daru too. I just only do and do, no matter what I can't please you. How you want me pick and choose when I love up me Daru too. Hey, I love me Daru. I love me Daru. I love me Daru. I love me Daru.
Awesome.
Good. I'm glad.
Awesome indeed. Rajiv, tell me now, I'll give you an opportunity before I bring in my other guests to
Sure.
do your thank you to the people, all the people you want to shout out and thanks now.
Sure, definitely. Well, first and foremost, thank you to the Lord Almighty for always giving us this blessing to bring music forth to the world. We are grateful, and I am very grateful. I want to say thank you to you, Sir, for having us here, for having me here, creating this platform to showcase some talent, and to showcase all the talents that you're going to have here tonight as well and moving forward. Thank you to you and your whole staff and management and your technical guys. Trust me, I appreciate it. My whole team, I want to say thank you to them as well for always just being by my side and no matter what, just making everything that we have as a vision a reality. And I appreciate them and I appreciate all their efforts. So most definitely, I am a contender in the Chutney Soca Monarch semi-final round. We haven't made it to the finals yet. Those results come out actually on Wednesday to see who makes it to the final round. And you can also help me get to the final round, and I will share something with you really quick. You can actually vote for me if you are international. My text code is RLR. You'll see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen. And you can vote to the international number, which is the 868 number. Or if you're locally in Trinidad watching, you can use a B mobile phone and text as well. So I'll let it run one more time and you'll be able to see that number. It's 1-868-798-2661 and text RLR to that number. Or you could text RLR to from a B mobile phone 64726. So with that being said, thank you, Uncle. I appreciate you having me. I look forward to seeing all the other artists that you have on board tonight. I'm excited to sit back and watch now that I've broken the ice for the show.
I like that. Yeah, I think, remember we initially spoke about motivation.
Yes.
I chose to put you on first because I know you have that great ability to motivate. And I'm certain that I do know that several of the other artists like Dolly Boy, Nigel Gobin, Cherish Ragunanan, among others, let's see, they're locked in. And you've created a platform for them to come in now and pick it up from there. I want to thank you for accepting the invite. And I want to thank you and I want to wish you all the best, not only in CSM 27. But we want to see more of you on your music, your songs, your videos, and more as a person. From the bottom of my heart, sincere thanks and best wishes.
Thank you, Uncle, again. Thank you for having me. It was an honor and a privilege as usual. Big up to all of your artists, Dolly Boy, Cherish, Shiva Lakan, everybody who's about to come, Nigel Govan, everybody. God bless you guys. And thank you again, Uncle. It was great being here. Thank you. To all the viewers, God bless you.
Have a good evening. We roll on with the program now, and I think I'm seeing the. I respect the beard. There's a Dolly Boy is on the screen right now. Good evening, Dolly Boy, and welcome to Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus. Dolly Boy, are you hearing us? Just a reminder that this is the inaugural presentation of Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus. It's a program that provides a platform for entertainers in Guyana, the Caribbean, and in diaspora. It's not limited to any particular genre of music or any particular race, culture, or creed. Today's program comes to you the kind compliments of the Nature Auto Spares at 41 Rob Street between Cummings and Light Streets. For all your auto body parts, fenders, nose cut bumpers, bonnets, doors, etc. Complete engines, transmissions for all makes of vehicles. Tabby's Riley Store at 40 Rob Street next to the Nature Auto Spares. Wholesale and retail groceries, beverages, confectionaries, disposable plates, and all your party supplies. And also the compliments of Brohan Auto Spares at 843 Good Hope Maika and number 65 in the quarantine. Heavy duty spares for tractors, combines, loaders, etc. Tires, batteries, and more. My technical coordinator, Nicholas Samaru, 2000 Graphics Studio, program director, W.R. Riaz. My name is Nazim.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if my Dolly Boy, are you there?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to get this audio going because I'm on my phone.
All right, you're good there now. You're good there now. Welcome
Awesome.
to the show. You're live from in Canada, right?
Toronto, Canada. Yes.
Toronto. What's the weather like down there?
Actually, the snow is melting, so it's under zero. Well, above zero actually. I wouldn't say. If I say under zero, it's minus. So yeah, it's +1, +2. So there's lots of puddles right now. You're seeing small little ice chunks coming through from the snow. But I'm grateful that we get the opportunity to be on your show. Thank you. I want to thank you once again for inviting me, giving me the opportunity to be coast to coast. It was a pleasure watching Ranjiv before. Like he said, he cracked the ice, he break the ice for everyone. And yeah, it's all about the respecting and coming together kind of vibes because I love the aspect of seeing the boys from New York shine, and because we all are in North America and just bringing music from North America to Trinidad is a goal on its own. Once we could get it there and allow people to just take in our vibes and feel our vibes, it's great.
All right, let me ask you this first for the benefit of our viewers and listeners. And I say viewers and listeners because, people are in their cars driving, they're listening to us and they're looking at us on Facebook Live. And then later they will look at us on YouTube. What is your nationality?
My nationality, my background.
Well, even if you're Canadian, no, but previously, where are you from?
My background wise, my family's from Trinidad, but I was
Okay.
born in Canada.
Okay, so you're Canadian.
Yes, I'm Canadian, but I lived a fair part of my life in Trinidad. So I'm very close to my roots where my parents grew up, my grandparents grew up and stuff like that. So we know how the life is in Trinidad, we know how the life is in Guyana. We appreciate both places enormously because it's a fun atmosphere to be there. I miss it every day, so.
And how long since you've been in the music industry as an entertainer, sort of?
I've been in the industry for roughly around 10 years now. So my first song was released in 2011. So like yeah, I would say 12 years, 11 years. Sorry, I said roughly 10. But my first song was released 2011. It goes by I Want to Be a Lima Forever.
Do a line for me.
Uh,
Do a line for me. Do a line right now. I want to be a lineman. Do a line. Do a line.
Whole day a liming, by the bar is beers and punching. No chaser when they ask me what I doing with my life. I want to be a limer forever. Oh, want to be a limer forever.
Awesome.
So
Great. Now, great. That was excellent. Now you are in the CSM 27 for the first time as a semifinalist.
I was in. This is my second time being a part of the competition. In the semifinals and just in entering this competition in Trinidad. Um, so yeah, it's a blessing to just allow the platform from Chutney Soca Monarch to give me the opportunity to push my song, market myself, my whole team, and it's great. I'm excited to know the results on Wednesday. And I just want to big up all the other artists who on this live right now, who's a part of the competition. I know, guys, it's hard work that we have to do, and it's a lot of it's a lot of putting ourselves out there. But the reward for at the end of the day is the better part. So I wish everyone good luck who was a part of the
Now,
competition.
your song in the competition is entitled "No Rum Tonight." What inspired you to do the lyrics to sing that song "No Rum
The inspiration came from just personal life situations, um, seeing what some of my friends been through, some of my family members been through. Just just the I know I turned it into a kind of comical vibes and a kind of fun uh vibes where you can catch a lot of different feelings from the track, but the inspiration came from just life itself. You know what I mean? I know it sounds like a rum song, and it sounds like you I just want to drink rum, but uh, there's a lot of experiences that in life that I've been through and have seen people experience that came towards writing the song, putting the lyrics together, finding the melody. It's and I'm so like I said, it came everything like this always happens in the best times, you know, and it couldn't happen in a better time where a lot of people, a lot of eyes are on this competition, a lot of eyes are on myself, and I'm glad that they can see this vibes from Dolly Boy for 2022.
Great. One of the things I've always been saying is that if we forget our past, we're condemned to repeat it. So I like the message of the song, and I think it's a good track. And obviously, because I'm not a judge, but I know my music, I know the music, I think it has a very significant message. Let's see if we can pull that song up now, and afterwards you'll come back and talk to me about it.
Okay. All right,
That's No Rum Tonight.
You're pulling it up, right? Okay.
Let me see if I'm pulling it up here.
Okay, sounds good, man.
I'm pulling it up. I just want to acknowledge my sister-in-law, Camille Hussein, is locked in. Good evening to you, Mohammed Asghar, Shola Singh, Marie McCann in Toronto, Fazia Ali, Lalita Dairam, Martha Frank Harrison in Canada, Meena Moti Ramnath Samai, Clarissa Singh in Toronto. This is the track. Let us see if we can get the audio going and viewers would look at it.
Awesome.
This is Dolly Boy, No Rum Tonight. We're hoping to pull up that track shortly. And I want you guys to listen to it and maybe you can make some comments on it. All of our viewers, all of our Facebook people to share the live, tag a friend, invite them to come on. As usual, we're having a little internet difficulty here. So I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it up, but stand by, let's see what's happening.
This is the live performance.
This is a live performance.
Yes.
All right.
This is
Meanwhile, we're hoping to get that song. Tell me, who you wrote the lyrics yourself?
Yes, I wrote the lyrics, the chorus, like it's a team effort, I would say, because in Toronto we started something called Lima Sounds, and yeah, so it's me in collaboration with our group that we founded, Lima Sounds. We put the lyrics together to match the beat. We had the beat in mind already before the lyrics. We knew what we wanted the beat to sound like, but we just needed to figure out the lyrics, how to structure the story, if we were making it into a story or we're gonna tell different stories all throughout this song, right? So yeah, I want to big up Lima Songs large inside here because I wouldn't be here in this position that I am in 2022 without them, and I must big them up again.
I'm wondering if, okay, this is the track. Listen to this, everybody.
Hmm.
Every Friday she harassing me like she know it is my payday. My pockets was fat, now it gone empty. She trying to play me like the play with. I have no money for 'em tonight. I have no money for 'em tonight. Make a gun and shut down on the highway. I call a mechanic and hear what he say. $5,000 to fix it today. I guess I have no other choice but to pay. And I have no money for 'em tonight. And I have no money for 'em tonight. Hey, I don't have no money. Now I'm feeling thirsty. I don't have no money. Yeah. Look, I'm feeling thirsty. Every weekend is a shopping spree. She feel me money growing on a tree. But nothing in this life does come for free. And I just always have to pay these fees. And I have no money for 'em tonight. 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 And I have no money for 'em tonight. And I have no money for 'em tonight. I have no money for 'em tonight. Yeah.
You know, this one, Dolly Boy, this one is different from all the other topics. And it has a good rhythm to it, and I like it. I like this one. I know fans would like it too. Um, before we let you go, just tell me who you want to thank, your sponsors or any other persons who might be involved, and tell me how people can vote for you in the CSM 27.
Awesome. So first of all, sir, I just want to tell you, thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you for always, anytime I have to message you, you give me a quick reply. You're always there for artists like myself, and I just want to big you up on a large scale because you take the time behind the scenes to make sure we are happy and you know what I want to make sure one time when I meet you we get a picture, we get a handshake, and yeah, we big up ourselves for that moment that we get to meet each other. And I want to continue to big up the live stream. Everybody who's locked on in Guyana, Trinidad, U.S., Canada, the rest of the world, wherever you are. I want to big you guys up as well. And to Lima Songs in Toronto, the greatest team that I've assembled. It right now we're a small team, but when we start to assemble, we look big. And very soon you're gonna start to see some products from this Lima Songs. And I want to big up all my fans on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, guys. If you want to vote for me for CSM 27, just go on to my Facebook, Dolly Boy G Voodoo, and you'll see it on my wall. All the details. It's very precise and it's very easy to follow and how you could help out to get a Canadian inside this Chutney Soca Monarch finals. All right, guys, and I want to big up Ranjiv again. Thank you for being a friend for the longest while, over 10 years. We've known each other. Um, you know what? You're a class act. You and music movements in New York. I want to big you guys up large too. Randy Reckless. I know you're probably busy or you're on this live. Big up yourself as well, guys. Thank you for always supporting me and being who you guys are. And it only makes me more humble to be an artist and being able to bring out good vibes and good music to you guys. Blessings to you, sir. You have yourself a good evening, and I hope you have lots of fun tonight doing these interviews.
Thank you very much, Dolly Boy. I want to wish you all the best in the CSM 27, and I want to wish you all the best in all of your future endeavors. To have a blessed night, and thanks very much for coming in. Greetings.
Thank you very much. Greetings.
So you're locked into Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus, the inaugural edition, transmitting from Guyana on Facebook Live via Zoom. Let us see who else is in our live right now. The kind compliments of today's edition of Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus comes you the kind compliments of Denise Spears of 41 Rob Street between Cummings and Light Streets, just next door to Davies Variety Store. For all your auto body parts, fenders, nose cut, bumpers, bonnets, doors, etc. Complete engines, transmissions for all mix of vehicles. Davies Variety Store at 40 Rob Street next to Denise Spears. Wholesale and retail, groceries, beverages, confectionaries, disposable plates, parts and supplies. They're the sole distributors of Natura vitamin-enriched milk powder in Guyana. And Ron Auto Spares at 843 Good Hope, Michael, number 65 Village, and the current team. Heavy duty spares for tractors, combines, loaders, tires, batteries, and more. My technical coordinator, of course, is Nicholas Samaru, 2000 Graphics Studio, program director, W.R. Riaz of Team MMR. I'm trying to get Cherish Ragunanan is supposed to be next on the show.
Hi.
Hello, Cherish. How do you do?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you for locking in.
Thank you for having me on.
All right. Well, you know, Cherish Ragunanan, Cherish R. You're a phenomenal person. You have been tell me, how long you have been in the music industry?
Professionally, I've been in the music industry for about 5 years now.
And before where you started?
I've been singing in Mandir ever since I was about 4 or 5 years old. That's where my singing started. And then I continued when I was going to school, when I was going to college. I was singing there. I sang with my school's Chowtal group. And I actually did music theory, Hindi music theory, first year of Hindi music theory while I was in school. And at that time, I didn't really take it very seriously at all. I didn't take it seriously at all. And only after about 5 or 6 years, then I said, you know what? This is the one thing that I'm passionate about. It's one thing that's a part of my life ever since I was small, not just singing, but listening to music. We grew up listening to different genres of music, grew up listening to Indian music, looking at Indian movies with my grandma. And that's where it really started, that genre of music, Indian music. And even traditional chutney music. My grandmother has cassettes and cassettes of old traditional chutneys. And ever so often she'd pull out a cassette and she'd tell me, come on, I have a song for you to hear. I need you to come and listen to this song. And that's kind of where I get most of my inspiration from. Also, my great aunt Lily John, who was one of the songbirds of Trinidad and Tobago in her days, that was over 50 years now. And she actually also gave me a lot of inspiration to do what I'm doing right now. But professionally, it's been 5 great years.
Okay, let me just acknowledge Alan Gopi from Weeting Radio, who's locked in, and Navin Singh, who's in New York. Our program director is managing the program from in Toronto, WRES. Big yourself up, Shazila Ali, Nicola Passod, Samantha Ramkishan and family, who are my wife's cousins. Thank you guys for locking in. I encourage you to please share the Go Live. On screen right now with me is the most attractive Cherish Raghunanan out of TNT. Cherish, you've had hits like Chitawanya and Mere Raja Ao.
Yes. Actually, Mere Raja Ao right now has topped the charts on the urban radio stations of Guyana. And I have to say, I've been overwhelmed with the support I've been getting from Guyana on that track, especially from you guys, from Riaz and everyone that's been pushing that song. And even before that with Chitawania, when we released Chitawania last year, that was my choka, my chutney soca for 2021. And that song really, it took me places. It took me to CSM last year. It took me to 103's Road March competition last year. And up to just recently, someone sent me a video from Guyana that Kaiche Radio is pushing Chitawania, and I was so happy about that.
All right.
I know Riaz really supports me.
Shalina Raghunanan, good evening to you. You're locked in. Is it because Cherish is on the show? No, Shalina is always locked in. Shalina is always locked into our shows and would always share our flyers and our live and things like that.
Yes.
We've spoken about Chitawanya. Pull a line for me. Just to refresh the memories of the group. Yeah, pull a line.
Lagaya yore, lagaya yore, lagaya yore, lagaya yore, Chitawaniya mein, ho Chitawaniya mein naina, lagaya yore, Chitawaniya mein naina.
So natural, so very natural. So I want to put, well, it's not a spot because you're an entertainer. So Mere Raja Ao, another line.
Okay, so this Mere Raja Ao is a little bit different, right? So it's not your average.
Well, I'm trying to display your versatility here.
Okay, so let's go. So what we say? This is what he chant and he say what he tell me. Loving here, give me nobody not gonna know. Keep it on the low. Cherry berry girl me at the start of the show. Everywhere you go, he say the girl and follow, but the way I make up fame and love him up. So no girl can't do it like Cherish Happy do. Me say tell him, me say Cherish Happy tell him what you do. Day and night when we coming at the place. Fellas can't handle his pretty little face. Can't handle my structure, no even my waist. Me say Raja boy, tell him you can't ever be replaced.
Excellent, very excellent, very excellent. Off studio, that's excellent. Now, before we go to Kahoraja, you are in the 103.1. What is it, the competition that you're in with Kahoraja?
It's the 103.1 FM's Chutney Soca Road March competition 2022. That's a competition.
That is virtual or that is live?
That is a virtual concert. So it'll be showing on the 18th of February. Our performances will be posted on 103's YouTube channel, And from there, you'll be able to like and share and vote. But in the meantime, you can check out the music video that dropped last Saturday. That is on 103's YouTube channel as well. And you can find the audio on all of my streaming platforms: Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon Music, Spotify, TikTok. You can find it on all the streaming platforms. And also to all my Trini people, you can hear it on, and you can request it on all the radio stations in Trinidad and Tobago. I know in Guyana, you'd be able to request it as well. My Canadian people, you can request it on Shabnam Radio and Caribbean Showtime. And everyone in the US, you can request it in Appy Tunes Radio. You can request it on Weeting Radio, Bacchanal Radio, ENFX. We're all over. We are worldwide.
Okay, great. Excellent. Now, I want you to introduce Kahoraja and tell me a bit about it before we look at the video, and then we'll come back to you for a quick wrap-up.
So Kahoraja
Concept of Kahoraja, the concept.
The concept of Kahoraja is basically me being my stubborn self and telling the Raja, telling the guy in the video, acting as my husband, that if he does not tell me how he feels about me, if he does not speak words from his heart, then I'm going to leave. I'm going to go, because he needs to tell me all the promises that he made in the beginning. So we made it a little comical. It's actually an original piece. We made it a bit comical, the video itself. I have to say a special thank you to the guy that's acting as my husband these days, Narendra Joseph.
Oh, he's acting as your husband these days, or only that video?
Yeah, he's acting as my husband these days because of the video. You know, I think this is husband number 3. Yeah, husband number 3. So he's acting as my husband. He's actually the candidate for the Crowns and Sashes pageant. He's going up for Mr. Supranational TNT from Shagonas. He's actually Mr. Shagonas, so Narendra Joseph. And so a special thank you to him for actually saying, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna be a fake husband for this video. That's no problem.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised anybody would want to be a husband to you and star the acting and things like that. So I'm not really surprised. Let us go to this song now, Kahoraja.
Yes.
As we're getting ready to do that, I just want to remind you, Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus, transferring from Guyana on Zoom, on Facebook via Zoom. It comes to be.
Cherish our music. Productions.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I like that. I like that. But I need to ask you, first off, who provided the outfit? That's from mommy or who is it? The outfits?
The outfits, oh my gosh. So I was styled by Paradise Collections, TT, that's Vanessa. She's from South Trinidad. She has a beautiful boutique at South Trinidad. And then of course I have to rep my brand, Cherish Our Music, and my whole team. Alan just had me cracking up right now with these comments on the live. I just took a look at the comments, and I have to say, before we continue, I have the most hardworking and dedicated management team and musicians. They work day and night, not just to help me, but to push this brand, Cherish Our Music, to not just Trinidad, but worldwide. So, you know, a huge, huge thank you to Alan and even Randy and Riaz. Alan was just reminding me that to let you guys know that it's a surprise. It's a huge surprise. And I was waiting just to let you know on this show that you will be seeing me in 2 weeks from now, because yes, I will be in Guyana.
Wow, that is exciting news. If you wish to share any more details, it's okay. But if you want to keep it as a surprise, it's all right. But I do know that
I want to keep it a surprise. I think the only two people that actually know the full details right now is Ree and Alan. Rhea and Alan know the full details right now. But that's as much as I can say. In 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be in Guyana. And then on the 12th of March, we're going to be in Houston, Texas. Myself, the music boss himself, Raymond Ramnarain, and the Reckless Man, Randy Reckless Ramden. We're going to be touching down in Houston, Texas, along with Alan. Alan will be hosting that program. So I look forward to seeing everyone in Houston. Please don't forget to get your tickets on Eventbrite. And to all my Guyanese people, I'll be seeing you guys in a few weeks. And I am so excited to come to Guyana because it'll be my first time visiting Guyana. So, you know, of course, Uncle, I'm going to have to come visit you. And
welcome.
Riaz is going to have to be my private Uber driver. You know,
I think he likes doing that because as Alan and Roshan would tell you, when he's in New York and Canada, he has his own private Uber as well. So he's going to be willing to do that in Guyana. I think he's probably somewhere looking at the program, but he's giving me pointers because he is directing the show. But you do know that Guyanese would welcome you, and I, of course, would welcome you. Open arms. You must come to my home. You must come to our home.
I really look forward. I look forward to this trip.
I don't know what it is that Vian is trying to tell me here or tell you, but okay, Vian Raghunanan Sitaram, and she's talking to Vikash. You know, I love your family for always being with us.
Viran Raghunanan, that's my dad. He was saying Sitaram to someone here on the live. Oh, Alan, he was saying Sitaram to Alan.
Okay.
He's not.
Great.
He's not in the best of health right now, but you know, he's there. He's just sitting on the couch. He's relaxing a bit and taking in the live, and he's just laughing at the comments with Alan. Oh my gosh, Alan.
All right. You know, since we have some other artists to bring on, I want to wish you all the very best. I want to thank you for accepting the invite. Vian and your mom and your dad, they've always been supportive of our programs. And Vian and your mom, sharing our flyers, sharing our life, always locked in, making comments, especially on my daily tribute to women and things like that. I feel as if I know you guys so very much. In fact, all of the artists that I deal with, I interact with in TNT, I feel as if we know each other so much. Gosh, we got to really protect ourselves. If it wasn't for this COVID, we would have been here.
We interact so much on social media. It feels like if we're actually talking in person with each other. So I'm sure when we actually meet up in person, it's going to be like if we've known each other our entire lives.
I just want to, before you go, I just want to acknowledge one of Guyana's number one DJ, Cyanide, I call it DJ Poison. Shankar Buru is locked in. Shankar Buru is locked in. Now I've been singing in New York. Please, guys, share to go live. You're having some fun.
Gavin is a big supporter as well.
Until then, and we'll chat again sometime later. Want to thank you. Want to wish you all the best. Thanks for being on the show. Go now, get your beauty sleep.
Thank you very much for having me on the show. Thanks to everyone on Coast to Coast. Thank you especially to Riaz for directing the entire program. Alan for coordinating this entire interview for me. To all everyone sending love on the live. Thank you so much to everyone that's to come on the show. Best of luck and congratulations to you, to everyone that was on the show, Ranjiv and Dolly Boy. Congratulations to you as well, and best of luck, everyone. Take care and please be safe. Uncle Nazim, I will see you soon.
Gotcha. So we're locked into Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus, the inaugural presentation, directed by W.R. Riaz, graphics and technical coordination by Nicholas Samaru of 2000 Graphics Studio, with the compliments of Dinesh Autospares, Davies Riley Store, and Rohan Autospares. As we continue, the program basically is structured to give entertainers in Guyana, Trinidad, and the diaspora an opportunity to showcase their talent, to have a chat with the host, and among other things, to create more unity and to build the industry, the chutney industry. But it's not limited only to the chutney industry. There are no limitations in any genre of music, race, color, or creed. But I primarily convened today's program, this evening's program, because of I want to spotlight a bit on the artists who are involved in the 103.1 FM Road March, like Cherish, and also the CSM 27, regardless that we did not get any Guyanese and the Guyanese living in Guyana on CSM 27 this year because of funding, among other things and so on. But I thought I'd spotlight the artists here. I see Anthony Bascom is getting into the live now. Anthony, are you hearing us? All right, do we have anybody else in the live there now, Nicholas? Okay. So we're standing by to bring in G.I. Bihari into the show. We must apologize because it's sometimes a little difficult when you're on a Zoom program with people coming into the Zoom live, and with sometimes problems with our internet, among other things. Sometimes it can be a little tedious. But I see that GI is locked in now. GI, can you hear us?
Yes, loud and clear, Uncle.
Great. Ola happy. You look like you're in somewhere foreign there. Where are you? You're in Canada now, right?
No. Actually, in Trinidad right now, but on the road all day, I had a bunch of stuff I had to take care of. It's Monday, so you got a lot of business to sort out on Monday.
All right. Let me officially welcome G.I. Bihari, the two-time Chutney Soca Monarch and the defending champion this year. Before we go into talk about the song and other things like that, let me ask you first. You made a late decision to defend the championship this year?
Yeah, actually, I don't really make these decisions by myself. We sit around a table. I have a team of people that work with us, So everybody had their input in making that decision. It wasn't myself alone. So we have like 10 people that sit around the table and we make that decision. So hence the reason for my late decision making, so to say. I was away for like 6 months last year on tour, and then back and forth. Then I was in Guyana, then back to Trinidad. So I had to be around in order for us to really sit and discuss this properly at length. So then we decided, everybody voted, let's defend. So I was like, fine, let's go.
All right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you won with Anna in 1 year. The year before that would have been 2019. 2020. And then you won with Drink. What is the name of the song?
Drink Together.
Drink Together. Now I just want to refresh our viewers and our listeners about one line or two lines from Anna.
Oh yeah. Forgive my vocals. I had a long weekend performing.
It doesn't matter. You're G.I. Bihari. You're G.I. Bihari. I hope you've ensured the voice.
Yeah.
Are you breaking up a little? But go ahead.
Anna, don't squeeze my banana. Look, you're squeezing up my goods, and I'm buying nothing. Anna, don't squeeze my banana. Anna, don't squeeze my banana.
Okay, great, excellent. Now, Drink Together has a significant message. And I remember when Riaz released that song in Guyana, Riaz, of course, who you and he did the song that you and Riaz did together.
Pretty girls.
Pretty Girls, right? So when Riaz released Drink Together, we had to emphasize that it's not a song that promotes rum as such, because it could have been drinking anything, drinking water, drinking juice, drinking anything.
Nowhere the song had anything about alcohol or anything like that.
But the message was drink together, because you don't know if you're going to be here together. Let's take a drink together. Now, your song this year is What We Gonna Do.
Right.
Now, tell me, you created the lyrics for that song yourself?
Both myself and Kelvin Kisoon wrote the song together. The concept, actually, one of my friends gave me the concept in 2020. We were going to the beach, and every time we stopped, he keeps saying, what we gonna do, what we gonna do. So every time, on the way to the beach, we had a couple of stops, and he was like, what we gonna do, what we gonna do. And he was like, G, I gotta write a song name, what we gonna do. And then, I wrote down the concept on my notes, and, when I felt the time was right, now I went to Kelvin. I was like, Kelvin, here, what? I have this concept. Let's start working on it. So what we do, I will write and he will write, and we'll take the best out of both of us and put it together. So the song was recorded since June of last year. It was written, recorded, mixed, and mastered, and full production, everything, and was just sitting there on my laptop.
Okay, we're having a little internet problem. It's your internet, GI. Go ahead.
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yes, good. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the song was written and fully produced since June of last year. And I had it on my laptop, just, awaiting the correct time when I felt, the vibe was right to release the song. And then I wanted to achieve certain things where the video was concerned. So, it's work in progress. I couldn't rush the project and, make it an overnight project because of the logistics to shoot the video. So hence the reason why the song released a bit later than I usually will release songs now.
Okay. Now you talk about whether you're in Guyana and whether you're in Trinidad. Why did you choose to include Guyana and Trinidad primarily?
Because my whole mission is to bring unity amongst Guyanese and Trinidadians. And I mean, there's a lot more music that I am doing now in collaboration with a lot of Guyanese as well, musicians and stuff like that. So, as you would have seen in the video that I worked with T. Mohammed to, get some stuff done in Guyana. And Azudin is a really, really cool, down-to-earth guy, so thanks to him and his entire T. Mohammed family for supporting me. And they really, really love my music a lot too. So, sitting with him and having a conversation, he showed where he followed my music for some time, So he knew who he was dealing with from the get-go. And I mean, Riaz would have initiated that conversation from the get-go for me. And then I took it up from there. And, so thanks to Riaz too as well for, at least making some headway with it. And now that we build a nice family bond between me and Mohammed now. So, it's good vibes. And again, I would say that this song, if you listen to this song, right, the lyrics in the verses tells the story. And the chorus comes back into the party. So Drink Together was more in-depth and more that touchy side, and what we gonna do now is more like me and C Riaz in so long. So when we bounce up, hey Ree, what we gonna do? Drink 2 beers. It don't have to necessarily mean 2 beers. Because in Trinidad, we had ginseng and shandy and all these things. I'm not sure in Guyana. Because when I come to Guyana,
of course we have it in Guyana. Of course,
right?
Of course we have it.
But when I come to Guyana, it's a banks I'm looking for. So I don't really follow up what it have now, other than our banks.
All right. Well, let's go to the song now, and when we come back, you'll talk me through. Let's see if we can pull that song up. It's entitled What We Gonna Do, done by the reigning Trinidad and Tobago, G.I. Bihari. The song is incredible.
Anytime we go wherever and we meet up with our partner, what we gonna do, bring to bears. Anytime we go wherever and we meet up with our partner, what we gonna do, bring to bears. One more day we bless this sea, and we toast to you and me. To this life we say cheers. Whether you from Guyana, whether you from Trinidad, what we gonna do, bring to bears. Oh, anytime we go wherever and we meet up with our partner, what we gonna do, bring to bears. Hands up in the air, hands up in the air, hands up in the air, in the air. And if you love to drink beers, hands up in the air, hands up in the air, hands up in the air, in the air, in the air. So long we never meet, so long we never see. Let us make time rewind. Break from reality, this opportunity just comes once in a while. Raise a bet to one another anytime we meet each other. What we gonna do, bring to bears. Anytime we go wherever and we meet up with our partner, what we gonna do, bring to bears. Anytime we go wherever and we meet up with our partner, what we gonna do, bring to bears. One more day we bless the seal and we toast to you and me. To this life we say cheers. Whether you from Guyana, whether you from Trinidad, what we gonna do, bring to bears. Oh, anytime we go wherever and we meet up with our partner, what we gonna do, bring to bears. Hands up in the air, hands up in the air, hands up in the air, in the air. And if you love to drink beers, hands up in the air, hands up in the air, hands up in the air, in the air, in the air. Think about we long time days, talk about we long time ways, reminisce about the past. All the time we used to spend never may come back again. Only memories will last. Raise a bet to one another anytime we meet each other. What we gonna do, bring to bears. Anytime we go wherever and we meet up with our partner, what we gonna do, bring to bears. Anytime we go wherever and we meet up with our partner, what we gonna do, bring to bears. One more day we bless the seal and we toast to you and me. To this life we say cheers. Whether you from Guyana, whether you from Trinidad, what we gonna do, bring to bears. Oh, anytime we go wherever and we meet up with our partner, what we gonna do, bring to bears. G.I. Big Rich, Redland, Stems, Hybrid, Salute.
Okay, G.I., that was an awesome video. So I am now going to ask you, where would who did the videography work and where was it filmed?
Well, the video was it was done by DJ Din of Enhanced Media here in Trinidad and Tobago, and it was directed by Sheldon Stephen, which is the guy that gave me the concept for the song, which is my very close friend. He owns a production company in Trinidad here as well. So yeah, those are the two guys responsible for the video work, in the sense of Din shot everything and edited, and Sheldon directed, and we all flew to Guyana, as you would see parts in Guyana and parts in Trinidad. So we all flew to Guyana, did the shots in Guyana, and then come back to Trinidad and finish off, and then we released the video. I think that same week. Yeah.
Well, we are very happy, especially because you've done something different, not to knock any of the Trinidadian artists, because you yourself are from Trinidad too, but you've done something spectacular because you've brought in Guyana sceneries, and it does good for Guyana, or tourism, and getting us on the map and thing. So I want to compliment you on that. I want to compliment you on that. Now tell me something. You're the defending champion. You qualified automatically, right?
Right, yes.
So, but they still have to vote for you and things like that?
When we get to the final, they will have a text of vote element for me as well. I think there's a judging criteria and a text of vote for the finals, from what I was told. I don't really be in depth with these discussions. More Natasha is be handling these stuff and the logistics of all that. But I just be concentrating on what I have to do, get myself prepared mentally and physically for that big night.
Right. So I want to thank you for coming in on the live, for accepting the invite. I want to finally give you an opportunity to thank anyone you wish to thank, and to wish you all the best in the CSM 27 and all of your future endeavors. You're a superb entertainer and one of my very special persons. So if you wish to thank anybody now before.
First of all, Uncle Naz, I want to thank God Almighty for blessing me with this talent and giving me the opportunity to share my music worldwide with the people, not only here in Trinidad and Guyana, but the whole world. I want to thank my entire management team for working hard behind closed doors, behind the scenes, to get a lot of stuff done for GI. I want to thank all the guys that are responsible for working on what we could do this particular track. It was different production houses. Redland Productions in New York City, that's Joey Ramuta. Stems Productions in Montreal, Canada, Mike and the whole team there. To the Pungalongs, Big Rich, for recording the vocals and mixing the song. Prince Badgeman, who edited the vocals. Tanya Rollins, who did the background vocals together with myself. And it was mastered by Shotmaster J. So hats off to everybody. Different production houses, different heads coming together to put out this wonderful track. And of course, to you guys, Uncle Nazim, Riaz, everybody who's locked in, man. Thank you for giving GI that exposure in Guyana, and always pushing my music, because as I call Riaz or text him, I say, bro, I have a new song to release. He's like, send it one time, let's get it on rotation, Always willing and always open-handedly working with GI to help push the brand as well in Guyana. I mean, in 2018 or 2017, I think it was, I had a trip to Guyana where we did a series of radio tours marketing the brand GI in Guyana, and Riaz was instrumental in getting all those tours, all those radio tours set up, and we were able to go on hits and jams and all these other radio stations. Riaz is the one who was instrumental for getting that done. So thank you to you guys, and to all the people that are supporting Chutney Soca Music. Continue doing so. My mission is to unite. I want to unite Guyana and Trinidad. A lot of people think I'm Guyanese. I have Guyanese family as well. I live in Trinidad, but a lot of people think that I was born in Guyana. It's all well and good for me, because here I have more Guyanese friends right now and Guyanese supporters than anything else. And I said it on a radio interview here in Trinidad on a popular radio station here. They asked the question, how come I mentioned Guyana? And I said, you could drink the Banks, boy. I could drink the Stag, boy. What we gonna do, bring 2 beers. Guyanese people, they support Chutney Soca Music more than anybody else in the world. I love my Trinidadian and I love my Guyanese, but I always say Guyanese people have the culture alive and going right now. So big up to Guyana, big up to all the Guyanese people who comes to all our shows all over the world, because I have been to Spain and saw Guyana flag waving in the crowd. Holland, Guyana flag waving in the crowd. I've been to so many countries around the world and I always see a Guyanese flag in the crowd. And they're proud and they will stand strong with you. So you know what? Big up to my Trinidadian people too. I love all their time, for their support, and big up to Guyana, man, all the time. And I will continue pushing the unity between both countries until I succeed in my mission.
Thank you. I'm deeply honored about your reference to Guyana. I think I'll have to talk to our immigration people to give you honorary citizenship. I want to thank you for coming in, and I want to wish you all the best. And do have a pleasant Monday evening. We will talk again very soon, and I wish you all the best in CSM 27 and all your future endeavors.
No problem. And I think
Monday.
I think I will be in Guyana very soon, probably in a couple of weeks as well for a private function. So I will try to visit you when I am there. So we will have a chat further on that immigration proposal.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, GIB Harry, the defending champion of CSM, the back-to-back defending champion of CSM 27. This is Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus, transmitting on Facebook via Zoom, coming out of Trinidad. I'm expecting to have the Sugar Daddy on the show shortly. But just to remind you that the program comes with the kind compliments of Dinesh Auto Spares of 41 Rock Street for all your auto body parts, fenders, nose cut bumpers, bonnets, doors, complete engines, transmissions for all mix of vehicles. Debbie's Variety Store at 40 Rob Street next to Dinesh Auto Spares, wholesale and retail groceries, beverages, confectionaries, disposable plate, party supply, sold distributors of the Natura milk powder, and Rowan Auto Spares of 843 Good Hope Market number 65 Village in the Quarantine. Heavy duty spares to tractors, combines, loaders, etc., tires, batteries, and more. My technical coordinator is Nicholas Samaro, 2000 Graphic Studio, Program Director W.R. Riaz. Shiva Lakan, good evening. Are you there?
Hi, good evening. Good evening.
Shiva, Shiva, welcome to the program. You know, Shiva, you're my favorite person for chutney singer. I was hooked last year on the Bacchanal Now Start. And you know, we were supposed to have had several calling on my radio show, the variety show, and things did not really go well. And I could not have left you out from today, the inaugural presentation. For those who don't know, Shiva Lakan is a Trinidad national, and he's got lots of hits. Last year in the competition, he did a song, not to take away anything from GI who won the competition, but I think that song was an excellent song. So before we go any further, I want to ask you to do me a line from the Bacchanal Now Start.
She sister bring the Galahari, your brother bring the rum, your mother bring a cutlass, your father bring the gun. Girl, don't bother what your family say. Girl, don't worry what your family say. I go take your pot of Spain and buy a Mercedes for you. I go take your valsing and build a bungalow. Girl, don't bother what your family say. Girl, don't worry what your family say.
Shiva, you have been involved in traditional and non-traditional chutney for a number of years. How long since you've been involved? Where you started your singing career from?
My career really started off as a toddler, really going to the temples, the mandirs in Trinidad, more or less, and that is where my father, more or less, my parents took me every Sunday to the temple, and then going to Ramayana, satsang, and stuff like that. More of a religious background. I was brought up in humble beginnings, and I mean, I'm still a very humble person. Music is my first love. I love what I do. It doesn't matter what happened in the process, but I love what I do. I must make mention that when I moved to New York in 2000, early 2000, February of 2000, most of my fans, 90%, or it could be more, but I don't want to exaggerate. I'm sure about 90% of my fans was Guyanese, and I was really loved by the Guyanese people. And I visited Guyana 4 times. The last visit was for the cricket. The last cricket was 2018. That was the last visit in Guyana to the stadium.
So you're also a cricket fan?
I love cricket, man. I love cricket. Yeah.
But
I tell you, I could tell you one thing. I don't think I'd have anybody love cricket more than Guyanese.
Oh yeah, well, Guyanese are very, very exuberant cricket fans, of course.
Very
passionate. I wouldn't want to say the Caribbean, indeed, the Caribbean people, but Guyana, yes, because the thing is that long ago, you may not remember. Long ago, we had just one major cricket ground that the Test matches were being played. That's long before T20s days. And that was Border Cricket Ground in Region 3, the center of Georgetown.
Yes.
And where I'm from originally, Berbice. Berbicians and Escribians would come the day before and had to line up for
Yeah.
hours to get into the ground. That is so much how much Guyanese love cricket.
Because it's like a 3.5 hour drive, right?
Yeah, from Berbice it's a little shorter, but then the problem with Berbice and Essequibo was that they had to wait at the ferries.
Yes.
And so sometimes if you're coming to Georgetown for say a 10 o'clock start of a test match, you gotta be in line at the ferry in the morning like 2 o'clock. And if you miss that, you're gonna reach late to get to the cricket ground. But Essequibo, well now you know you've got the Berbice Bridge, so you can leave at 8:15, drive within the speed limits, and you can reach Georgetown in 2 hours. So you can get down here. Now we have the National Stadium, which is much more accommodative and things like that. The Essequians still have a communications gap because they still have to use either the speedboats or the ferries to come down. One of the things that precluded Guyana and the entire Caribbean, the world for that matter, is because of COVID. So we could not really get to one of our greatest passions. Two of the greatest passions for Guyanese, cricket and music, regardless of the race, the color, or the creed. Cricket and music. And I'll tell you something about Guyana, and I think it's also for Trinidad. Guyanese people love all types of music. Anything. Yes. We appreciate music like between English and Indian. Why Indian is chutney, English is soca, reggae, everything and so on. But we'll come back to that. Now, so last year you entered the competition. Unfortunately, you didn't get in to become the winner with the Bacchanal Now Start. This year, you're back in the semifinals with the song Sugar Daddy. Now, Sugar Daddy, I like that tour, right? I like that tour. Where did you get the idea, the concept? What kind of inspiration went behind the production of Sugar Daddy?
Well, I mean, before I start, I was in the finals last year. I didn't place in the first three, but I was in the finals, which is a great accomplishment.
An achievement, yes.
Yeah, and what was the question? Sorry.
The question was, where do you get the idea, the
concept?
The
idea, right? The concept for this song. So I was doing another song, and I couldn't for some reason I couldn't. It wasn't happening for me. Everything is you have to do it. It have a time for everything, and there's a timing for everything as well. Time and timing as well. And this, it wasn't happening. For some reason, it wasn't happening. And I was in Tobago. I was in Tobago recently for a week, and I met some people there, just be hanging out. And so I met this girl, and she was coming to Trinidad the other week. So we meet up in Trinidad, and she was a singer. Then I didn't realize she was a singer, but she know me now because as we were talking, and my friends were telling her, I really don't tell people who I meet for the first time I'm a singer or whatever. So my friends, one of my friends, he always liked to tell people who is Shiva Lakan. I think he really proud to be my friend, and so he told her who is me and stuff like that. So she I guess she went on Google, went on YouTube and stuff. But so when she came to Trinidad, we was talking about this song that I'm writing, and she said she would help me. So I said, you could write? She said, yeah. Then after that, she said, I realized she could sing. So I said, well, sing something for me. And then I was really surprised when she belched out a soca. I said, well, you could write. So let me, so she tried helping me write, and it didn't happen. And on her way back to her house in Trinidad, she started thinking, and by the time she reached home, she remembered her niece lives in the house because she lives in Tobago, and her niece lives in the house in Trinidad. So she asked her niece. No, the niece told her. Yeah, she asked her niece, when you gonna get married, girl? She said, well, are you gonna marry? Are you going to have a sugar daddy? So that was the topic. So she wrote on the topic instantly, and in about an hour or so, she called me back and she had a song. And I like about 10 o'clock in the night, I call a friend who is another singer. He's a soca singer. And both of us went up there and we recorded it, we structured it, and then then I started learning it and rehearsing it, and that was Saturday. Sunday morning we was came back down to South. She was in North, I in South, and Sunday afternoon around 2 o'clock I was in the studio. Monday the song was out. So it took
But
3
tell me
days
something,
to.
I like the rhythm of the song. It's a nice song. I like how you do it. But then again, I like Shiva Lakan songs too. But you have some fabulous cars and models there. Where are the cars from and the ladies that were in the video?
It's 1 second. Somebody's trying to call me. Let me just decline this call. Sorry about that. Yeah. So
Yeah, no problem.
a lot of people trying to call me now. So
Well, it's because they
the
see in real
cars,
life.
the cars, a part of the shoot was done in New York. So
Okay.
the Ferrari was in New York. The rest of cars was in Trinidad. The rest of cars belongs to the writer of the song. The house belongs to the writer of the song. And the girls, two of the girls, I went to sing in a function, in a show, in a something that happened on Sundays. So I went to sing Sunday evening, and I met I saw two dancers on the floor, and the same friend again. He walked across to the girls and asked them if they want to be in a video. So Sunday night we meet the girls, and Monday was the video shoot. They didn't get to sleep. They hung out all night, came to the video shoot, and that was, I mean, everything that happened there was like, I mean, I swear to God, everything was like now for now. I had so much of setbacks in that video, but everything happens for a reason. Nazim, it's not funny, but I had so much of problems. I had to cancel the video shoot at the beginning. I couldn't get the Ferrari shoot in New York was a kickback. Everything was like wasn't happening. It was chaotic, and I was like, I say whatever happens for the best. And you know what happened?
Yes,
The song, yeah, Kesera Sera. That's exactly what I think. Kesera, whatever must be will be, and nobody. Sometimes you'd be surprised to know that the things that people would do in the background to stop you from progressing, and this is so. But I tell you one thing: every single morning I wake up, I put my hands together, I go, and do my offering every single day. Once I am in my house, whether it's New York or Trinidad, once I am in a house, if I'm on vacation, I would do it differently. But if I'm home, I will get up and do it in a particular way. And I'm a praying Hindu, I mean, no, I'm a born Hindu, so I follow my religion, and I respect everybody else's religion, whether it's Muslim, Hindu, Christian, Sikh, whatever it is. But
well, perfect. I encourage. I think multi achieve. In fact, we need to appreciate each other's religion so that we can create greater unity. I've always been talking about religious tolerance, and I have been encouraging persons to be able to. You see, the thing is that you cannot condemn something if you don't know about something. So when somebody wants to condemn, say, Hinduism, I'm going to ask him, have you read all of the Hindu books to understand where they're coming from? What is the religion? If you want to condemn Islam, have you read the Quran? Do you understand the Hadith? Do you understand it? If you want to condemn Christianity, do you understand? You have to be able to have the knowledge before you can make what is called a value judgment, an opinion on a religion. But we've been promoting religious harmony. I think we're getting somewhere with that. But tell you what, Shiva, a lot of people are excited based on what we've talked. Let us go now to this video, Sugar Daddy. When you come back, we'll continue. So here now, we're releasing here Sugar Daddy, which is Shiva Lakan's entry into the 2027. I like this one.
Sugar daddy. Sugar daddy.
Girl, I don't want no man with no wagon. I don't want no man with no van. I want a man with a Ferrari. I want sugar daddy.
A sugar daddy. A sugar daddy. A BMW and Ferrari. A sugar daddy, a sugar daddy, a sugar daddy, a sugar daddy. A man with plenty land, house and money. They want to ride in BMW and Ferrari. Shiva Laka, whistle you, baby. Sugar daddy, sugar daddy. Them young girls nowadays don't want to work for money, but always in the latest clothes and jewelry. The neighbor daughter next door refused to date me. She tell she family she want a sugar daddy, a sugar daddy, a sugar daddy, a sugar daddy, a sugar daddy. A man with plenty land, house and money. They want to ride in BMW and Ferrari. Sugar daddy, sugar daddy. Them young girls nowadays ain't looking at me because they tell themselves I don't have no money. Dress up in a merino and medoti, but she can't see the love in my heart I have for she. A sugar daddy, a sugar daddy, a sugar daddy, a sugar daddy. A man with plenty land, house and money. They want to ride in BMW and Ferrari. Sugar daddy, sugar daddy. Cleaning and a cooking right round the clock. I really love this girl and I'm not giving up. She make up she mind, she don't want to see me. She bossing, she style, all she want is money. A sugar daddy, a sugar daddy, a sugar daddy, a sugar daddy. A man with plenty land, house and money. They want to ride in BMW and Ferrari. A sugar daddy, a sugar daddy, a sugar daddy, a sugar daddy. A man with plenty land, house and money. They want to ride in BMW and Ferrari. Sugar daddy, sugar daddy.
This is awesome. I really love this song, you know. You know, this song has a realistic concept. I mean no disrespect to our women folks, but it is a truth. It is really a truth, right? And I really like that. I like the part you cooking in the kitchen and things like that and so on. But tell me something. You have the voting is on. I understand it closes next week, is it? Tell me
It
about
closes
the voting.
it closes tomorrow, and my text code is SVA. For B Mobile customers is text 64726. And from Digicel and International Voting, I'm reading here. It's 1-868-798-2661. But you could also go on onto the South Text page and you could text for me. You could like Facebook, you could like YouTube and TikTok. So it's voting 30, a percentage of the voting. I think it's 30% of the voting is from social media, Facebook, YouTube and TikTok. So this three is 30% of our scoring thing. The other no, sorry, 10% is from social media, 30% is from texting, and the other 50%, is it 50 or 60%, is from
60%.
From live judges.
From live judges, okay.
Yes.
I really like the song. I hope that you can this time snatch the crown. But tell me this: what's the prize money like this year?
Well, we don't know. We don't know until the since COVID, everything is like different now. Everything is so different. I mean, making money, jobs, people lose their jobs, people get caught in salaries, people dying. I mean, we are fortunate to be alive today, to be, talking to each other.
Truthfully.
Yeah, we are really, really, and before I forget to say this, I know this is out of the topic, but I want to say to you, Mr. Nazim, that I really appreciate you, and I really look up to you for what you doing. I noticed that you're not into like taking sides for anybody, any certain race or any stuff like that, but you are for promoting music and good music as well. And I really I must commend you for that. I've been looking at you. You don't we never meet personally. Hopefully we will meet in the near future. And I
Yes.
really want to meet with you. I really want to meet with you and shake your hand and congratulate you in person. Because I'm from my heart, I'm saying this from my heart. And for the people who knows me, they know I'm not a good actor. If I have nothing good to say, I would be quiet. But I must say this to you, that I really look up to you for your humble and genuine support to the music. Not only Shiva Lakan, because I see you do everybody. I mean, you take a likeness for me because of my music, and I'm not boasting and bragging. I know you appreciate me a lot because
Oh yeah,
you keep
that's true.
calling me.
Shiva, let me cut you. Let me tell you this. I have never met most of the other artists that are even featured here, but I must say this without any fear or favor, that you have a special place for me, and I do cherish all of your very kind words. I'm very really humbled and honored by your kind words. But I'm going to make it public. Yes, Shiva Lakan is one of my favorite artists, and I don't like you only as an artist, but as a person. I have been following you, and I've seen your sincerity, and I do know you to be a good person. I want to give you 2 minutes to just thank anybody you wish to thank, and I will make a final wrap up with you.
I want to thank everybody who has been part of this production. I have to thank the producer, Wizzy Kishore Ramdat. Wizzy is his nickname because he's a whiz. I want to thank Alison Hoy, the writer of the song, and she helped put the video together by giving us her cars and house and stuff like that. I want to thank everybody who has been part of the video. I want to thank my family, my fans, my friends, everybody who has been, involved in my music and my lifestyle, because most of the people would know that sometimes I want to give up. I want to give up, and they would keep on saying, "Shiva, what's new when you're doing a new track? I like that song, and I love this one." And especially my Guyanese fans. If you remember, in 2018, I had a video and a song about Guyana, the Pirha. The Pirha was
Yes.
done. The video was done in Guyana by Emerald's production. And I am a Guyanese. When I in New York, especially with my Guyanese people, I have a lot of Guyanese friends. I know the patois as well, so I could understand. One of my favorite thing is Abita house and come. I like to hear people say that. But I mean, I want to thank everybody. I have a lot of friends from Guyana, especially the ones that live in New York, and I want to visit Guyana soon again. So maybe we could.
Well, you're welcome to come with me, and anytime you're again, I obviously would have to take you into our studios and do a live with you and share some of your music. Until then, Shiva, I want to wish you all the best in CSM 27. I've already wished you all the best in all your future endeavors. Stay humble, stay cool, and brother, trust me, you will get there. You will get there. God's richest blessings to you. Have a pleasant Monday evening. Thank you for coming.
And I must thank you, for having me on your program, giving me the opportunity. I know we were supposed to be early, and I just forget, but please
That's
forgive me.
okay. I know that from your heart. Thanks, brother. Have a good evening.
You too, man.
Yeah, that was Shiva Lakan out of TNT. Want the Sugar Daddy. This is Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus, a program on Mondays at 6 p.m., allowing entertainers a platform to express their views, to talk to us about their music, and to feature their videos. I'm hoping to bring in now, finally, before we close this afternoon's program, Nigel Gobin, and I had a reason why I kept Nigel for the last person. Nigel and Anthony Batson out of TNT I'm just waiting to see if I can get them in the show, and then we are going to go ahead. Just remember that this evening's program comes with the kind compliments of Denise Auto Spares at 41 Route Street between Cummings and Light Streets, just next door to Dabby's Variety Store. Their stock is of auto body parts, fenders, nose cuts, bumpers, bonnets, doors, complete engines, transmissions for all makes of vehicles. Dabby's Variety Store at 40 Rob Street next to Denise Auto Spares, wholesale and retail, groceries, beverages, confectionaries, party supplies, and more. They're sole distributors of the Natura milk powder in Guyana. And also thanks to Rohan Auto Spares at 843 Good Hope Mike and number 65 Village on the quarantine. For all your heavy duty space for tractors, combines, loaders, tires, batteries, and more. They're keeping the farmers with their equipment going. That's Rohan Auto Spares at 843 Good Hope Mike and number 65 Village on the quarantine. Excuse me. My technical coordinator, without whom this program can never be possible, is Nicholas Samarov's graphics of 2000 Graphics Studio, and my program director, W. Arias. Of course, my name is Nazim. Yes, see. Nigel Gobin, are you hearing us?
Loud and clear.
Okay, Nigel, good. So, Nigel Gobin, welcome to Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus. I'll tell you something, Nigel. I have kept you back because I have a special reason. Good evening and welcome to Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus.
Yes, of course. First of all, thank you, Uncle Nazim, for having me on your program. Large up to everyone around the world right now. I mean, it's all over. It's on Facebook Live. It's all over right now. Big up to everyone out there in Guyana, Canada, USA, home and Trinidad. You know, the live is streaming it right now. We live and alive.
Live and alive. All right. Let me just shout out a couple of my friends and fans who have always been with us and give us support. Arish Sukdeo out in Queens in New York. Arish is also an entertainer. Bupa Jagru, Uncle Bill out in East Kanji. Mark, Anthony, Sonny, Sally Asgar, and all the other folks. I just encourage you to share the go live. Now, Nigel, I'm trying to see if I can get Anthony on. I don't know. I'm seeing his name on the screen, but I don't know if he's on screen, but he's not on screen. He's not coming in. I don't know what's the problem, but that's okay. Now, yeah. I will say the reason why I kept you back for the last two of the conditions is that you were not in the CSM 27 this year, and right. Secondly, your song "Stop Drinking So Much Rum" has a tremendous impact on me because, for those who know, I am an anti-suicide, anti-violence activist. CEO and president of Save Guyana, Suicide and Violence Eradication Guyana. And when I released your song first on the variety show, I did say that it's a song that has a very timely message.
Right.
Globally, and it's primarily in Guyana, because only recently we had several domestic violence murders in Guyana, and it's been continuing. Okay. I do not have an issue with people who want to party, who want to drink, and things like that. Right. But I have an issue with if you want to drink up your rum, go home, beat up your wife, beat up your children. I'm totally against that. I want to go on record for saying too, I have no issues with any songs that want to talk and send a message about rum. Even if you want to say drink rum every day, I have no problem with that. I'm precluded, however, to share some songs that address alcohol and alcohol abuse on the RGI and the Guyana radio stations. We have a code. There are certain songs that we cannot feature. But I'm saying this so that people can understand. But I have no issues because at the end of the day, there's so much more on television and radio, pornography, and so many other things. And nobody is picking up the bottle and give it to you. So I want you to talk to me first about Stop Drinking So Much Rum, the idea behind the song.
Yeah,
what prompted you to do the song?
Right. So sometime later, first of all, those of you who know Nigel, all who just follow Nigel Gobin, know Nigel Gobin music for the past few years now. These songs I have sung in the past few years, Uncle Nazim, now is more like the party type songs, right? And I mean, yes, my songs have been always doing well. And but this song in particular, stop drinking so much. I actually wrote this song sometime late in October, November, somebody, I believe it was October. And big up to my to the producer of this track out in Canada, big up to Drew, Fabulous Songs. Drew is locked on right now, listening to the program. So Drew was the guy behind this song. Drew, when I wrote this song, I sent this song to Drew out in Canada. I said, Drew, listen to this lyrics and tell me.
You're breaking up a little. You're breaking up a little. We'll come back. Go ahead. You're good now.
Right. So a normal voice message on WhatsApp, I sent out this track to Drew. When Drew heard this track on WhatsApp, Drew like sent back like a million fire emojis back to me. He said, boy, this song is fire. He said he gonna put down music one time in the studio for this track. So said, so done. Drew did the music. Now this song in particular, when I say stop drink so much, now the meaning behind this song is actually stop violence against women.
Yes.
Right? Meaning that now, if you listen to the lyrics and the whole song itself, it tells a message where, you know what? All right, say fellas, they want to go and take a drink. You get it. Example, they want to go and take a drink by the bar, wherever. But you know, I mean, when you come back home, you're making a bacchanal home, you want to fight, you're putting your children in danger and fear. You know what I mean? The wifey, you want to fight with the wifey want to leave and go. So this is a song in that way, I say Uncle Nazim, where you know, as a man, you have to know to control your liquor. Now
you have to have your limitations. Yes, you have to have your limitations. Like I said, I told you the first time when you sent that song to me and I released it on the variety show Sunday morning, and I told you it's an exceptionally good song because it has an awesome message and it addresses an issue that is global, but primarily in Guyana and the Caribbean, Trinidad and things like that. And you know, lots of guys love the song. And let me don't tell you, the women. I've been dedicated the song to the drum drinkers, but the women really loved it.
You see what you're saying there, right? Now when I recorded this song, it was recorded home here in Trinidad by Professor Bounty Target. He mixed and mastered the track. And I reached out to Anthony Batson on this track because when I went in studio, I just got instinct, a feeling, a different vibe. I say, you know what? If I bring Anthony Batson on the track to collaborate with me, you know what? I feel this going to be something magical. That's what I tell Bounty. And I tell even Drew that before I bring in before I even call Batson, I tell him Drew out again. I said, Drew, Batson go give this track a different feeling, a different touch all around with we, because I mean with his voice and my voice is two different tone of voices again, but it sounds nice at the same time, right? So when Batson come into the Batson hear this song, Batson say, "Boy, but this song will do great, you know. This song will do great." So I said, "Well, all right, let me see how it goes." Now this song now was only released 2 weeks ago. The song was released on Canalsm, and believe me not, this song have almost 1,900 videos on TikTok already. It's gone so viral on TikTok. I mean, on YouTube, it's almost 200,000 views on YouTube for 2 weeks. And it's on Facebook and all. It's on this guy DJ Legend out there. He posted this song for us on his page. It's have like almost 7,000 shares for the song in just space of 2 weeks, on 200,000 plus views already. So the tune have been liked, as we mentioned, just not only by the women but also the men who have been doing videos for it as well.
You see, the thing is that many of us are conscious that it has an awesome message, and I've always been saying, if you have a good product, it will reach out to people. Yes, you have to market the product and things like that, but you have a good product. This song, I'm saying this really from the bottom of my heart, is so realistic. And I did say this on the variety show when I first released the song, that when next me and my team go to do anti-domestic and mental health awareness program, because we do that all across Guyana. It's only COVID that prevented us from doing it recently. But I did say, I'd start the presentation by featuring this song because it has an awesome message. There are other songs from different genres who talk about preventing suicide and things like that. But we need to understand, especially in the Caribbean, in the diaspora, we are attracted more by the kind of lyrics that we more go for and the style. Anthony Batson brought a great level of zest and variety to the song. And that is also one of the things that made the song good. Of course, Professor did his thing. It was an excellent song. I just want to acknowledge the Abitunes family, and especially my sister Nafisa Noor, who's locked in. And for those who don't know, that is Roshan Shifteran's mom. She's always been in us. The Abitunes Radio is our global broadcast partners. Excuse me. Let me just take a sip of this water.
Yeah, sure.
I've been here almost 2 hours. So when it comes down to this time, my throat gets a little dry and things like that. Audience would have to forgive me for that. There are so many people here that I can't really shout all of them out, but I want to thank everybody. And I encourage you to share the light. Now, we will go to this video for those, I doubt whether anybody did not see it, but for the purpose of this program, we'll go to this video now and we'll come back and talk about it. Let's present now Anthony Batson and Nigel Gobin, Stop Drinking So Much. Of course, you're locked into Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus, based on true events.
So every time when you drink, you just hate she. So she pack up and gone by she family. You wouldn't like if a next man hit your daughter. What you do like for yourself, you shouldn't do to other. My brother, stop drinking so much and change your life. Every time you come home, you just hit your wife. You wouldn't like if a next man hit your daughter. What you do like for yourself, you shouldn't do to other. So stop drinking so much and ease up, my brother. You have a wife and daughter, you's not a bachelor. Malibu, Nigel Gobin, Anthony Batson, you know when to do it. And it's that. Every time when you drink, look you're fighting. Look the neighbors and them, they laughing. Look the children distressed, in danger. All of this happen cause of liquor. I'm not saying that you should stop drinking, but before you raise your hand, you should stop and think. You wouldn't like if a next man hit your daughter. What you do like for yourself, you should do to other. My brother, stop drinking so much and change your life. Every time you come home, you just hit your wife. You wouldn't like if a next man hit your daughter. What you do like for yourself, you shouldn't do to other. So stop drinking so much and ease up, my brother. You have a wife and daughter, you's not a bachelor. You is a man that drink plenty, so much that you never have no money. Never. Look your wife for the borrow from she father to pay out your bills by leave. You need to sit down and reflect where you went wrong. Need to think why she pack up she clothes and she leave and go. You wouldn't like if a next man hit your daughter. What you do like for yourself, you shouldn't do to other. My brother, stop drinking so much and change your life. Every time you come home, you just hit your wife. You wouldn't like if a next man hit your daughter. What you do like for yourself, you shouldn't do to other. So stop drinking so much and ease up my brother. You have a wife and daughter, you's not a bachelor. What a move! To bring the sky to the room, lights are coming, Anthony Batson, yo true. And it's that.
From Abichu, Roshan, Shiftaran, and Riaz, they all thought that, you know, if this song had gone into the CSM 27, it would have really been a very competitive one. And I think the message is one that in fact, let me tell you what the guys said. Both Roshan, Riaz, and Alan said this song should be an automatic qualifier for the CSM 27. But you would have your reasons why. You do not need to necessarily tell me your reasons why. I'm taking this. Anthony on live right now. Is Anthony there? Okay. So, you know, I think what is good is that many times we consciously, well, criticize in a good way songs and the lyrics and what we're sending. Like, for example, I'm not one of the persons that would personally like songs that propagate rum or women abuse and things like that. Let me make this point.
Right.
In Guyana, we have what is called the traditional folklore songs. You may not know this, but the viewers would know this. There is a song called Ositaira Momandi. This was a song that was there for more than 50 years. All Guyanese grew up with that song. It says Ositaira Momandir and things like that. It kind of sends a message of respect to women. That song, though it's a Guyanese folk song, we are no longer permitted to feature that song on radio. And I have no issues with that. So we're coming back to your song. I think it's the most excellent production. The videography were very much on point. I like the acting of the persons who were like abused. It was nice. I loved that. But before we ask you to talk about your thank yous and things like that, I want you to pull a line from not this one, the one about Boss Man, I Want Me P. Pull a line.
Of course. That song is entitled Calling Me.
Calling Me.
Right. So, yeah,
that
so
was
everyone
a
you can check as well. You can check out that one on YouTube to the listeners. Listen right on. That one goes every day I working, every day I sweating. When the weekend come, I need to take a reliever. I working from 8 to 5, clocking hard to survive. Now the weekend come, I want to play. Postman, give me my pay. The weekend calling, man.
You see, one of the reasons why I wanted you to pull that line is because I want to allow our viewers and people to understand your versatility, to see the difference with that song and the one Stop Drinking So Much Rum. So let me give you an opportunity now to do your thank yous and all your big ups.
Of course,
everything else that you want to talk about.
Before I get into that, when you had mentioned about CSM, I mean, is we had a plan to go, and then we had mixed options. But after talking to the team, big up to Alan Gopi as well, my manager. He's locked on right now. After the whole team, I talked to Batson and all. Batson is on right now too. We decided, you know what, we just gonna take a step back this year, and we just gonna focus more on music and just bring out some positive music going forward for myself, Nigel Gobin, and the team, you know. Of course, thank yous. I have to thank you first of all for having me on your program, you know. Special thanks to you. Of course, special thanks out there to Drew in Canada, my producer out there, locally down here, Professor Bounty Targets, big up to him as well. As I say, my manager out there, he locked on, Alan Gopi. By the way, next week to the USA people who locked on right now, I will be out there in Queens, New York next week on the 19th. for at Rondel's M&R Fire Fest. Check me out next week, Saturday night. I'm gonna come with fire there, you know, so it's gonna be awesome. And I'll be there. And of course, well, that's it, Uncle Nazim.
Great, excellent. I want to let you know something too. Your manager is an excellent manager. From the time a track comes out, and long before, he would make contact with me, not only for you, all the people he managed, like Cherish Ragunanan and the others, and he would send the track via email and request an interview and request airplay. And this is one of the things that I really love. It means that you guys, these people, that I'm being respected for what I do. Not you know, there are many singers. In fact, since I've been doing this kind of thing, I have found that many, look, my inbox is flooded with requests from artists who would want me to release their songs, who are requesting interviews and things like that. And I'm honored. I'm truly humbled and honored because I think that they see that I have a platform that can give them some more mileage. Look, you guys got 200,000 views on YouTube, and you have so much more on radio and other things. And to think that I can do something for you guys, I'm honored. I feel very good about that. I am more honored when artists would not only just leave their songs on a YouTube and think how high it is that I have to put it to present it on my shows. It's getting to be where artists are now, they're sending their music via email, they're requesting interviews, they're thanking me, please, if I can feature their songs. One of my consciousness is to strengthen the shortney industry. But those of you who know the variety show know that my bag is oldies, Indian songs, primarily. And I do mix songs as well. But I have been promoting that Indian culture. And you would observe too that almost many of the songs today, they hear some the beat from many of the older songs. So my platform, this particular program, Coast2Coast Entertainment Plus, I discussed the concept with WRES, and he gave me his blessings. Never mind, he's my son, but he's actively involved in this industry. I discussed the concept of Roshan from Abbey Tunes, as well as Alan from Wheating Radio. And they all thought that it was a very good program to do to give entertainers a platform. I'm happy from what I'm seeing with the amount of shares and what will happen later with the viewership that we get from this program. It's a motivator. And after we would have completed, we will post up on YouTube as well. It's not about it's not about me basically. It's about the entertainers that I wish to give a voice to. Because people go to shows, live shows, to see the artists perform, and many of them are in awe if they get to meet a celebrity artist. I thought that this program could listen to the people, the artists that are featured as we speak, to listen to them pull two lines without any music, and to see how natural and versatile they sound. So you have done your thank yous. Anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, well, of course. Just before I go, to the listeners out there, of course, my music is streaming on all platforms. You could go on and follow me on Amazon, Spotify. Look for Nigel Gobin also. Those of you who I mean, the video is there on YouTube, and you can follow me also on social media, my Facebook, Instagram, Nigel Gobin. And before I go, live and alive, as I said before. So every time when you drink, you just hate she. So she pack up and gone by she family. You wouldn't like if our next man hit your daughter. What you don't like for yourself, you shouldn't do to other. Nigel Gobin.
Excellent, Nigel. Thank you for coming in on the show. I wish you all the best in all your future endeavors. And I want you to know that the Coast2Coast Entertainment Plus is here always. Next week, we'll be doing some other entertainers, but I do know that you're always locked in. You're here alive. You keep abreast with what you're doing. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best. Do have a pleasant Monday evening. Until we meet again, Pil Milengi, Hafiz Kuda, good evening. I would like to thank our technical coordinator this afternoon, Nicholas Samaru of 2000 Graphics Studio, Program Director W.R. Riaz, my sponsors, Dinesh Autospares, Davies Radi Store, and Rohan Autospares, and of course, all the artists that appeared on this evening program, G.I. Bihari, Wawi Gadu, Ranjiv Ramdeen, I Love Daru, Anthony Batson and Nigel Govind, Stop Drinking So Much Rum, Cherish Ragunanan, Kaho Raja, Shiva Lakhan, Sugar Daddy, and Dolly Boy, No Rum Tonight. You've been locked into Coast to Coast Entertainment Plus. My name is Nazim S. Hussein. I just want to remind you that the heights of great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, toiled upward through the night. That was taken from William Wordsworth. And that is the message I want to give to all our entertainers who have been on tonight and who will come on again next week, Monday. Join us for another edition when we will present with some other entertainers and their videos. And tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock, join me for Coast to Coast Talkback, when our topic will be the environment and waste management. And my panelists will be the Executive Director of the Environmental Protection Agency of Guyana, Mr. Kimraj Parshram, and Mr. Walter Narayan, the Waste Management Director of the Georgetown City Council. Until then, have a pleasant evening. Remember to be safe. Whatever you do, take all precautions against COVID. If you're not yet vaccinated, get vaccinated, get your booster. But above all, observe all of the COVID-19 protocols. Until then, best wishes. Have a restful night. Prepare for a productive day ahead tomorrow. Good evening and thank you.